Hey, Big Brother fans, it is Saturday evening, just after 9 p.m. Big Brother time. I am driving home from playing poker with some high school classmates and other folks, and wanted to do an evening quick little carcast. I did a very abbreviated one earlier today. This one won't be a whole lot longer, but I do know the Power Veto results, and so I thought I would share those with you. Those of you listening to this may want to go back to the earlier one earlier in the day if you want to, or you'll just get most of the same information right here. So, my last was before yesterday. Earlier today, I did a carcast on Friday morning. We didn't know nominations at that point. We did not know wild card competition results. We now know both of those. We do know for sure that Tiffany won the wild card competition. We do not know what the prize was or what the choice was. She didn't take it, so that was a wasted one. So the last two have been wasted, but the first one was important, so it hasn't been a total waste of a twist. And then Xavier nominated Brittany and Brent, pretending to Brent that he's the pawn and telling Brittany that she's the pawn. Brittany really is the pawn, although she's a little bit paranoid about it. Brent also isn't very sure that he's really the pawn. They seem to think he is, but he actually tried to get Xavier today to go, look, just tell me I'm the pawn. And Xavier really wouldn't. Xavier's like, well, you were when you were nominated. That's what he said, which is not even the truth there. So, they did the Power Veto competition today. It sounds like it was a variation of the dizzy ballerina bowling thing where they spin around in circles and then they have to roll a ball and knock over some pins. Except for it sounds like there's a bit more of an obstacle course factor to it today. It also sounds like it was a knockout, which I guess the original dizzy ballerina is kind of too. Or maybe they do a random draw on how they're selected. But it almost sounded to me like the way the house guests are talking, they were rooting for people against Brent. And Brent actually threw up because he doesn't do well with dizzy things. By the way, if you don't do well with spinning, I don't know if Big Brother's for you. Because almost every season they do something to do with spinning. I am 100% fine with spinning. My wife is not. But just be aware that if there's a spinning competition, you could be in trouble. And they had to know this because I think they actually tell them, well, are you okay with spinning things? But Brent had made it clear that he was not good with spinning things, and Big Brother had to have known that. And yet they also knew that we're doing a spinning competition, so they had to kind of know that, yeah, Brent ain't winning this one, and his ship is sunk if he doesn't win it. So Brent's ship is kind of sunk. So we're going to lose our third white male, in 3 weeks, it looks like, to start out with. I'm going to have to go back and look and see if we've ever had a season where the first three people out of the house were the white guys. This may be a first. So just keep that in mind, folks. It's a season of firsts for sure. First season, I guess, from what other people said, that two black men have gone back-to-back on head of household as well. And these are all things I'm perfectly fine with. I'm hoping that, sometime in the future we won't even care. We'll just kind of go like, well, this person was evicted. We don't have to look and see what race or gender they were. We're just like, that's just how it goes. That's the next person to go. The next person will be the next person, not the race, the gender, the sexual orientation, or any of those things. But we are getting down now where it's like, all right, now who are they going to target? Who's going to be the next person to go out? I don't know. Will it be Brittany? Will it be Whitney? Will it be someone else? I'm not sure. Can we not worry about, at this point, can we kind of go like, it doesn't matter what the color, the race, the sexual orientation of the person is, it's just the next person to go? Hopefully that is the case. As I said, I'm hoping that's the new normal. But everybody's playing the game. Some would say that Derek Frazier isn't playing it a whole lot, but he thinks he is, so there you go. Oh, that's right. Derek was the third person. So in playing in the Power Veto competition today was Whitney, Derek Frazier, and Christian. And Christian won the Power Veto competition. And again, Brent threw up. So Brent did not win it. Brent is heading out the door on Thursday, 99% sure. I don't think Brittany will screw up her game in the meantime. She'll do another rap. She wants Xavier to apologize for nominating her, it seems. I don't know. Brittany, you better just get used to it because you're the easy nominee at this point now. Derek is not an easy nominee because Derek X, is very possible to win the Power Veto since he's done it twice. He didn't participate in this one, so we didn't have the opportunity to win it. Anyways, I also mentioned that Christian and Alyssa have been caught out in kissing, and they were kissing again tonight at some point since the Power Veto. They weren't kissing publicly, but they were pecking, and I don't think anybody in the house is going to be surprised with them being a couple, which will put a target on their backs. And they may be the next ones to go, or one of them may be the next one to go. It's just very possible. Being in a showmance is not a necessarily a good thing when it's very easy to get targeted. I don't see Alyssa as being a comp beast. So, yeah, that could be problems for them. That's what I got for you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Frankly, no, not that I can think of. I do want to give a shout out again to my new patrons for this month. So I actually stopped this and started it again, restarted the whole thing because I decided that I wanted to start from scratch on it. But my whole intention was to give a shout out to every one of my patrons. But as it turns out, the patron app doesn't let you see all your patrons. It only lets you see your new patrons. I happen to have 11 new patrons for the month, so I'm going to give them a shout out. But again, I do intend to shout out other ones. And even one of my patrons is actually someone who, at least one of them, was a patron, had stopped subscribing, and now resubscribing. But that's okay because he likes to remain anonymous, he said. So I will not be giving him a shout out, especially right now. But you know who you are. I'm sure you're listening. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. This person is also has been a Big Brother Gossip Show patron in the past. But anyway, so let's give another one of my thank you shout outs to my patrons. Something that all I promise is if you become a patron, I will give you a shout out. And I find myself trying to give shout outs, fairly regularly, at least once a week or once every couple of weeks. I want to give a shout out to the people that are willing to throw a few bucks my way once a month for a whopping, well, it depends on how long it goes on, but right now, for whenever you sign up, whenever you unsubscribe, once a month, a few bucks will go my way. I'm sitting at a stoplight right now, so I'm trying to pay attention to the stoplight before I do this. So, if you are interested in becoming a patron, first of all, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com/BBGOSSIP. All right, that's it. That is my patron for my Big Brother Gossip Carcast. Oh, side note, I will get to everybody's names, but one more side note. I have been teasing that I was going to upload audio of me talking about my trip to Vegas that I did at the beginning of the month for my wife's wedding anniversary. We went to Vegas. We got married by Elvis. I did do that today. I uploaded part 1 earlier today. It is on my non-Big Brother Carcast, okay? So I have a Mike's Big Brother Carcast. I also have a Mike's Mostly Non-Big Brother Carcast. I'm telling you right now, because I tested it, you can Google that. You can go to Google and you can type in the following. Mike's Mostly Non-Big Brother Carcast or podcast. It doesn't even matter. If you just type in Mike's Mostly Non-Big Brother into Google, hit enter, it will dump you into my non-Big Brother Carcast feed, and you can listen to me talk about non-Big Brother stuff. And my trip to Vegas is one of those. I don't know if the current episode has been indexed yet by the search field, but all you got to do is get to the podcast and you can subscribe to it, and it should be there. Yeah, and I don't tweet that link out or anything. It's just there. You can go there, subscribe to it. It's about half an hour of me talking about my trip to Vegas part 1. Part 2 is already recorded. I will upload part 2 maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I'll give it out in a piecemeal. I know someone's tweeted at me and asked me if I had done it yet, and I kept saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do it soon, and then I hadn't done it. So I recorded part 1 and part 2 in the past week. I will do more because we haven't even gotten to me getting remarried by Elvis. Elvis has not entered the room yet, or entered the theater, the stadium, whatever it's called. Elvis has left the auditorium. Elvis has left the stadium. Elvis has not entered yet. I leave you at the end of part 2 with Elvis, with us arriving at the Graceland Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas. We had taken the limo ride. So that's on that other CarCast. You can listen to it. It is free as well. There is no charge for these things. The people that are my patrons are doing it just out of the goodness of the heart. Although I did share a picture. Those of you that are patrons have seen a picture of myself and my wife and Elvis on the Patreon webpage. So there is that bonus. So these are the people that have subscribed or become patrons this month. It does not include, again, the re-uppers, but it does give me the 11 people who have become subscribers, and I appreciate them all, and I'm going to run it down, and then I will almost be home. So we will go in the order that they became subscribers. Jacob from the 5.8 Mini. Jacob, thank you. I played Big Brother Sequester with him, or not Big Brother, I played Sequester with him last year. Also, Brandon, another person I played Sequester with last year. Both of them became subscribers on July 3rd. I'm going to get the dates here. On July 6th, Kimberly became a patron. Thank you, Kimberly. On July 10th, Nona became a patron. Thank you, Nona. On July 12th, Adam became a patron. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. He just sent a message to me, I think today, as a matter of fact, or yesterday. So thank you, Adam. Maybe is actually the person's name, maybe, who is actually affiliated with one of the live feed Twitter accounts, maybe became a patron on July 16th, as well as Kyle, July 16th. Thank you, Kyle. Cecilia became a patron on July 17th. I already talked about you quite a bit the other day. Bessie, July 18th. Sam became a patron on July 8th, Thursday, whatever date that was now. Now I'm in days. Thursday, this past Thursday, Sam became a patron. And Friday, just yesterday, Bill became a patron. Thank you, Bill. Thank you to all of you guys that have become patrons. As I said, you get the shout-outs. There's another shout-outs that you get. I appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you as well for listening. All of my other patrons that I didn't name, thank you for being patrons. I will get to you in the next week once I can print out the list and list it off. And everybody else that listens, just listen through to the commercials. That helps out too. All right. With that, I am pulling home. I will probably do another CarCast at some point tomorrow, although it may be with a bunch of people in the car because we're driving again to watch a basketball game in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow. I got home at 3 in the morning last night, or this morning. We won't be getting home that late today or tomorrow because the game is earlier. But we'll be getting up at 9 in the morning, jumping in a car, and driving to Columbus, Ohio to watch a basketball game. 2 basketball games, actually. And hopefully my team wins again. If they win, it'll be a big win. The game will be on ESPN, I think, at 4 p.m. tomorrow. 4 p.m. tomorrow, I think, on ESPN. I will be at that game. I actually did appear on the camera briefly last night. Don't know if I'll be on this time around, but you never know. So, those of you that are basketball fans, check it out. It's called The Basketball Tournament, and it is a bunch of former college players that maybe you're playing in the pros in Europe, somewhere else, maybe former NBA players, all these people, 64 teams. They're playing, one team wins $1 million. It's good basketball. I am a college basketball fan. I am not a professional basketball fan, NBA-like, so this is just up my alley. Look, I'm from Indiana. We live, eat, sleep, and breathe basketball, most of us, and so I find this fun. So I'm going there with my with a couple of my kids this time and a family friend, and we'll be sitting down low watching the game, and hopefully my team wins. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Be well. Thanks for listening, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.